We're tearing it down right before Christmas. Everything's a mess, as you can see, but we're going to talk about it on Comic Book Cannon! That's right. We are back for the last Sunday show of the year. I just hit my hand and it hurts real bad, so I'm just going to have my good friend, partner in crime, and co-host of the show, Joseph, to say hello.
Me?
Yeah,
this
dude,
time?
say hello.
Hello. How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday,
I literally
Sunday.
forgot what day our show is.
Okay.
It's been a long week.
It happens to the best of us. But, it's been a long week for you, but a fortuitous week. Am I right?
Yeah, we'll talk about some of that stuff. I picked up a whole lot of stuff, including what I am deeming my absolute best flea market find ever. And there's not a lot of flea markets going on in December here in the Northeast. So I just got really lucky today.
I'm excited. I tried asking you what it was, but we'll have to find out in Fresh from the Comic Shop. Very excited to see what that is. I tried to go live on the Instagrams. Did not work out too well. Okay.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we need to figure that out. We are going to start going live on the Instagrams. We got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of news to get into. So why don't we just start it off, Joseph, with the news? How about that? You're good at it. You're good with the news.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me pop open the news right here. Oh, we got a Photoshop. Literally looks like a Photoshop done by an amateur Photoshop artist that is being passed off as the Madam Web thing.
Official poster.
Yeah, there we go. That's how it doesn't look like that. This looks like a Photoshop. It does not look good. It does not look good. The trailer didn't do this movie justice. Sony has dropped the ball in recent years on these Spider-Man offshoot projects, these Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man in them. Not a lot of people are looking forward to this. Am I going to see it? Yeah, I'm going to see it. Am I going to like it? I hope I'm going to like it. We want these movies to do well. Do I have high hopes, though? No. And this poster is really, really not helping.
No, this looks terrible. Like, honestly, we are the biggest supporters of these films. We want them to do well. Was anybody really asking for a Madam Web movie? No. Trailer looks okay, I guess, but we've been burned by Sony before. This is indicative of crap, in my opinion. Like, literally, this is a high school Photoshop class. This would have won, probably fourth place in the classes kind of contest for give us your best poster. Oh, and look, if you think it gets better, it kind of does, because they added all the characters too. It's just garbage. Like, how can a conglomerate like Sony, how do they see this as acceptable? I have no idea, but that poster is absolute trash, in my opinion. We would love to hear what your opinion is in the comments. Please let us know. But I mean, seriously, Joe, this one right here was the one. It was
that one. Yeah, that one's really bad. The other one, there's redeeming qualities to it. If you notice, directly above all of the supporting cast on the side, it has them in, the majority of their faces shown out of costume, and then it has their in costume. I think that was a cool little touch, but still, just everything else about this, the webs don't look good. I don't even like the coloring on it.
Look at the fade. Her fade. But even just her cutout, it's terrible.
It's not good. It is not good.
Anyways, we're just going off. We don't need. All right, enough of the negativity. Moving on. We got some really good news moving forward, I guess. Well, yeah, we got two good pieces of good news, one interesting one, and a Comic Book Cannon slice of news. So let's just move on to the next one, Joseph.
Yeah, next one. Charlie Hunnam of what's it called? Sons of Anarchy. Yeah. Has been offered, we don't know when, but has been offered the role of Green Arrow in the DC universe or DC EU. We don't know if this was something that happened before Gunn took over, or if this is something that happened after. So we don't know if this is still in play or not, but we know that Charlie Hunnam was offered the role. I think it makes sense. He's often sports facial hair. He
The role
even
of
has
Green
like,
Arrow, yes. I think
yeah,
you didn't
I think
mention that, but he
I
would
think he
be perfect.
fits.
Yeah.
Think he fits like looks wise, um, and athleticism. He's got a build, for a superhero character. So I'm all for this. I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy. I've seen him in various other things though. Seems like a solid actor.
He's
But
great. He's a
you
great
know,
actor.
Green Arrow is a supporting character. Let's be real. It's not the Batman. It's not the Superman. It's a supporting character, and I think he can do that job really well.
Well, to get into the details a little bit more, comicbook.com had an interview, and they got this exclusive comment from him. I never talked to Zach about it. Speaking of the Green Arrow role, I don't remember who. It was some people in suits brought the idea to me, and thought it would be terribly exciting for me to play Green Arrow, and I did not share their enthusiasm. I don't know who Green Arrow is, so I don't want to offend anyone. Hunnam added. I looked at one picture and I was like, I'm not sure green's my color, and I'm pretty sure spandex isn't my material. Beyond that, I was like, one image, thanks, not interested. So again, it's moot at this point because he doesn't want to play Green Arrow. I don't think he wants to be in a superhero film.
Yeah, and that is what I get for not reading the article before.
It's okay. I covered you. We covered that you're honest
you
to everybody here.
Exodus wants to know, is that the Thor guy? No, that is not Chris Hemsworth, although they do share a striking resemblance.
But he does. That's what his wife wishes he looked like. Hey, at least she's honest. Moving on. We do have another great piece of MCU news, because in a week from today, Joseph, a week from today. Check it out. Yes.
I didn't realize it was that soon.
A week from today. What if season 2? What if returns with consecutive episodes, 9 consecutive episodes starting on the 22nd? And Joseph, may I talk to you about this? All of the titles revealed. What if Nebula joined the Nova Corps? What if Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes? What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas? What if Iron Man crashed into the Grand Master? What if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper? What if Kahori reshaped the world? What if Gila found the 10 rings? What if the Avengers assembled in 1602? And what if Strange Supreme intervened? Joseph, lots to dig into on those titles, including, we should have pulled up this image, but including the first original character that the MCU is going to debut, and hopefully she'll make her way into comics. I do believe it's pronounced Kahori. So yeah, check out that trailer. It's absolutely amazing. I loved What If. I don't know about you, Joseph. We really didn't talk.
Wait, did you say the first new character that the MCU? There have been a bunch of characters that the MCU has made
that have made it into comic book. The first superhero character, I do believe she is the first.
Oh, superhero character.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Harley Keener was in Iron Man 3, and then he was added to the comics.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
But not really a superhero. Super genius. Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Why am I hearing an echo of my own
Because
voice?
I just turned on. I'm just going to monitor the old stream over here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, very cool. I'm excited to see 1602. That's a great run for those of you who haven't read. I think it's like 12 issues, pretty cheap to pick up too. At least for the time being. Maybe after the show premieres, that won't be the case. I don't really know what is going to happen with that. But yeah, I'm excited for a lot of these. 9
consecutive days of What If episodes. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited, as well as Joe. Something we're both very excited about in terms of new MCU content. Go for it. Let's do it.
The new Echo trailer came out. Now, we had one a couple weeks ago. Like literally a couple weeks ago. It was not that long ago. And I said great things about that first one. And we talked about it on the air here, and it got me really, really excited. Now, the second one came out, and it's equally as exciting. I am so stoked about this show. It looks gritty and violent and dark and every bit what the Daredevil Netflix show gave us. And I hope that kind of continues in the MCU under this the Marvel spotlight banner that they're kind of utilizing for these street level, more mature, more adult themed content, and I'm very, very excited for that.
Yo, this trailer definitely leans into the kind of the mature rating. I mean, you got people getting shot straight up, you got people's necks breaking, you got Echo kicking ass, and it is very exciting. I'm super excited about this show. All of those episodes are dropping. You mentioned that on Disney Plus and Hulu on the 9th. That poster said the 10th, but they moved it up a day. So you're going to have 9 days of What If, followed by a few days off, followed by Echo. So that's very exciting. So,
and 5 episodes in one day. That might be set my alarm for what I think they post at 3 a.m. I mean, maybe they don't do that for this one, but if they post at 3 a.m., I can get up and I can, even if they're hour-long episodes, I can watch all 5 episodes before I start work that day. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you'll probably, be very violent on your conference calls and things like that.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It could. But very excited about that for sure. And a little piece of comic book canon news, Joseph. Little piece of comic book canon news, shall we?
Yeah, just a little piece. Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve both occur on a Sunday, and we obviously aren't going to have shows on those days. And we mentioned doing it in between the week in between. And Jeff, I forget if we decided on Tuesday or Thursday.
We said Thursday the 28th.
There we go, Thursday the 28th. Yeah, so that is a week and a half, a little over a week and a half from now. So next Sunday we will not have a show, obviously Christmas Eve, but catch us on Thursday the 28th. We're still doing 8 p.m. start time, right?
Yes.
There you go.
8 p.m. start time. And we got to say, we're going to be sunsetting a few things. By that, I mean the Canon logo. Done. These branded Canon visuals. Done. We are going to have a fresh new Canon, a new logo. We're going to have new assets, a brand new, fresh look. I'm redoing this whole space myself. It's going to be awesome. So that will be the last show with this beautifully boring Canon logo that you guys have all leaned into for, 3+ years, Joe? Damn, 3+ years. But it's been a great 3+ years. And we're going to continue on. We're going to up the production value for you guys at no extra cost. We said no extra cost, right, Joe?
We didn't explicitly say it, but yeah, we're leaving the door open.
If it's not going to be that much more than we're charging you right now.
Right, correct.
We'll leave it at that. We'll definitely leave it at that. Oh, and look at Josh. Let's get that new logo on a t-shirt. Well, guess what? I'm pretty sure we're going to have merch available. So we'll talk about that not next Sunday, next Thursday. Almost 2 weeks without the Canon guys.
It'll be sad.
It'll be sad, but we'll talk to you on the social media. You'll have connections to all of us. For those that have our phone numbers, please hit us up.
Listen, this just means that I can do a Christmas Eve claim sale.
Oh, snap. Maybe I'll be there live.
I probably won't do a Christmas Eve claim sale, but we'll see.
Anyways, all right. Moving on, though. I'm excited for Christmas. And again, we didn't say hello to our good friend, Chet, yet, and he is very excited to be talking to us right now because he has, Joe, cannot believe he pulled this special guest, but he has definitely been pulling his weight. That's not a joke about his weight, but he has definitely been pulling his weight in terms of kind of being an equal member on par with us. Not yet, but wait till you see this. Check it out.
Fellow comic book crusaders, prepare yourselves for a revelation that will shatter the very fabric of our pop culture reality. Tonight, we welcome a guest whose very presence bends the laws of time and space. It's a figure of myth and legend, a master of logistics and cheer. The one, the only, Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, comic book canon. I may not be a comic book hero, but I know a thing or two about epic journeys and delivering the goods.
Speak of journeys, jolly old Saint Nick. You navigate this entire planet in one night. What mind-boggling technology fuels your sleigh? Quantum wormholes, pocket universes. Spill the milk and cookie, Santa.
Well now, Chet, the secret to flying across the globe isn't quite that technical. You see, it's not about machines or equations, but about The magic of Christmas.
Christmas magic. Bah, I expected quantum entanglement, hypervelocity propulsion, Christmas.
Well, there's always next year, my friend. Perhaps then you'll be ready to believe in something a little more extraordinary.
Fine, let's move on. Back to the realm of logic and reason, shall we? Though I must admit, Santa, your lack of schematics is disappointing. Back to you, Jeff and Joe.
He was going at him with the hard hitting questions like, how does he make this happen in one night? And Santa just, it's the magic of Christmas, everybody. Can we just live with that? Can we just live with the knowledge of that, Joe?
We can.
You didn't need to delve deeper into how he physically does it, right?
No. Well, it was revealed in Marvel Comics that Santa is able to do what he can do because he's an Omega level mutant, which totally makes sense.
That's fair. That's fine. Again, but we live in a different universe than the 616. So we'll move on from that conversation. Speaking of conversations, we have Ask Joe coming up. That's right. Get your questions in for good old Ask Joe. We will have Santa back for new comic book day picks. So just a jam-packed show tonight. Jam-packed. Before we get into those questions, though, I had a burp that had to come out. You know what we do right now. We say hello to everybody, including Mark Leneker. Apparently, it's the confidently wrong AI. Do you know what that means?
Confidently wrong.
I don't know. Anyways, we're glad that you're here. We got Dr. Plague. Is it Santa from Texas? Sure sounded that way, didn't he? And Josh's comics. Chet, did he lose weight again? Listen, it fluctuates from here and there with the holidays. Maybe he just wanted to kind of fast so he can intake everything on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We shall see. D&T Comics and Collectibles. We don't like hearing that. Hopefully the canon kind of brings a little bit of light, laughter, and
cheer,
fun.
Holiday cheer.
Yeah, some holiday cheer. We're gonna have Santa back. He's gonna talk about New Comic Book Day. You can't hate life when Santa talks about New Comic Book Day. Raw Dog Comics in the house. We got Immortal Scruffy. We got Exodus Comics, who wants his wife wants him to look like Charlie Hunnam. Again, whatever. You guys are married. If she wants to divorce you, actually divorce is terrible. Just try and avoid that at all costs. Nukes Comics, Nikita Kare. Who else do we have? Jordan Nori. You like that? I just made that up. We got hold on. We got Bond. Paul Bond. We could do better than that. We got 360 in the house. By the way, we had Raising Elm this morning at 8 a.m. or 8:53 asking where everybody is. Oops, we set that for 8 a.m. Specifically, I think that was Joe.
It wasn't.
It was me. I try to pass that off on him. Anyways, no, Santa's real. Santa is real. Anyways, all right. So here we are. We have a segment that we do each and every week, and we sing for our meals. Is that how we say that? Kind of. Yeah, I don't know. But let's just get it. Get in, guys. Y'all know I'm getting over COVID. I haven't really had a rehearsal with Joe on the Ask Joe theme song, so I don't know how this is going to go. But Joe, as we always do, let's give it a
wait. Hold on, don't we have to hear Chet the new comic book day?
No, we always do that after this.
Are you sure? I swear we always ask people to put things in the chat.
Right. All right. Put things in the chat while we go to New Comic Book Day. That's
what we always do.
About. Santa and Chet talking New Comic Book Day. Check it out.
Ho, 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 comic book crusaders. Chet, your holiday herald is back with New Comic Book Day gems so hot. Even the North Pole elves are requesting early copies. Now gather around, simpletons, and let Santa add some festive spice to my picks. First up, Turtles number 146. Time-eating tyrants, mind-bending paradoxes, Donatello digging deeper than a pizza trench. Sophie Campbell's got you tangled in webs more complex than Spidey's. Santa, any advice for these shell-shocked heroes?
Always follow your nose, young turtles, and maybe leave the time travel to the elves. We don't want tangled tinsel, do we?
Spawn number 348, the Throne of Hell War. Demon scheming, alliances shifting, enough angst to fill a craven skull. This ain't your 5-cent comics, folks. This is Spawn cranking the devil dial to 11. Santa, got any infernal insights?
I don't know, Chet. Even hell needs a bit of holiday cheer. Maybe those demons just need a good chimney warming visit.
Finally, Spider-Man number 40. Gang war chaos, super criminals, tangoing, Tombstone playing his cards closer than Santa's secret recipe. This is chess played with radioactive rooks and web-slinging knights. Spidey's stuck in the middle, bless his radioactive heart. Santa, any wisdom for our friendly neighborhood hero?
Always remember, Spidey, even the biggest villains deserve a second chance, except maybe Craven, naughty scamp he is.
There you have it, holiday heroes. 3 tales to fry your brain circuits and warm your cocoa mugs. Go forth, buy these treasures and bask in the glow of my superior taste and Santa's festive wisdom if you can handle it.
Ho, ho, ho! Always happy to spread cheer, even among the comic book snobs.
Don't get your hopes up, Santa. But hey, with you and these comics, maybe even this Grinch can learn to love the holidays.
Yeah, that was probably the best new comic book day picks that Chet has ever produced.
Fun fact, I don't see the Chet stuff before because Jeff just makes it, and I don't see it until it's happening. And I think Jeff saw me. I was cracking up the whole time that was going.
The fact that Santa said he called Craven a scamp, I was just like, what is that? Guys, this is all done by AI. That's what makes it fun. We're not taking, we're not leaning in to AI to be creative for us. We're giving a little bit of direction to see what AI does with it. And that's what makes it so fun and funny, to be honest. At least to us. We'd like to hear from you. If you guys are sick and tired of Chet, we may be like, who cares? We're going to continue producing him. But that right there, again, the AI coming up with Santa's lines, riffing off of Chet. It was so much fun to do that. Anyways, we'll have one more new comic book day picks of the week before the year ends. Actually, that'll come out the Wednesday before our Thursday show. Again, we are live on Thursday the 28th, not this Sunday on Christmas Eve. Keep that in mind. All right, so we asked you to do a little something, and we got a little something from y'all, and we're very appreciative of that. By the way, Nikita Kari, Chet has grown on me. I hope not physically, but yes, absolutely. So here we go. Why don't we just get into it? Joe, again, I should have been drinking like salt water or gargling with salt water, shouldn't I have? Here we go. Again, we are retiring this opening, by the way, because when we have the new logo and the new branding and everything, it's going to be a completely different thing. So appreciate this now. Okay.
Do it.
Here we go. And Ask Joe! It was hard for me. I didn't have the endurance because of the COVID. The COVID. So we are going to get into it right now. Lots of questions already. Loving this. This is a good question because we all know that What If will be released next Friday, an episode a day, starting on the 22nd, Friday the 22nd. What's your favorite What If issue?
This is a tough one because there's a lot of really like good What If stories that are like really like kind of, some of them are really thought provoking or like take, a really monumental story and turn it upside down. But quite honestly, like one of my favorite ones is What If number, I think it's 19 from volume 1. It's what if Spider-Man had not become a crime fighter. And he's like an entertainer. Like he's like getting welcomed onto like a late night show on the cover. And it's very goofy. It's very silly. But it's cool because it's just like, what if he used his skills for something else, a different way to, aid society, providing entertainment and stuff like that instead of fighting crime. I thought that's a really good one. And I love Spider-Man, so it's top of the list.
I used to love picking these issues up when I first started collecting because they just were I loved how they just deviated and just became a completely different thing. And usually it ended bad, which was cool. I like that aspect to it. And I do remember picking up like it was like something like what if Daredevil married Elektra?
Yeah, that's one
They're
of
on
them.
the cover. They're looking like this to each other.
Yeah.
I can't specifically remember exactly what happened at the end of the issue, but it was probably a disaster. And I think I also got what if Wolverine killed the Hulk when they first met.
They got both of them. They got what if Wolverine killed Hulk and what if Hulk killed Wolverine. Those are both retellings of Hulk 180, 181.
And then I think my first issue I picked up was what if Iron Man was like a Soviet spy or something like that. That was like what if #1 for the second series.
Yeah. There's so many good ones. I mean, wait a second. I'm wrong. That's not my favorite. My favorite is Volume 2, Issue 104. Really, really late. One of the last ones. It's the what if Mary Jane and Peter had a kid and she became Spider-Girl? It's the first appearance of Mayday Parker.
Right.
I totally blanked on that one just now, but that's got to be my favorite one. And it's like it's a key, and the character is really cool. That's the Spider-Girl that we had during the 90s.
Yeah. Again, such a great idea for a series. I would like to know the story of how they came up with just doing this. Like, you know what I mean? Because it was a series, I think it started in the 70s maybe, and then another Volume 2 started late 80s, I think. And then it continued on, again, there's been a bunch of one-shots and things like that. So
yeah, there's still what ifs. There was that whole Miles Morales run where Miles was different characters. There was that one, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago that was what if Peter Parker became the Punisher, which was a really good one.
I had a Joe Jusko cover of that. That was pretty dope. Yeah. Anyways, I think it was a Joe Jusko homage. Anyways, we could be on this all day because there's so many good what if issues. But that's a great question, Exodus. Speaking of great questions, what's your max long box rep?
Yeah, some of you might have seen I posted it just a couple hours ago. I picked up on Friday, actually Thursday into Friday. It took 2 days because I had to make multiple trips. I picked up a 50 long box collection. And I moved it all by myself. I had no help. So I had to load them into my car, load them out of my car all by myself. So I got my work in. How many long boxes can I rep? I don't know, but definitely a lot. Cause anytime I do a convention, I mean, I'm setting up 20, 25 long boxes and, closing them down at the end of the day. So I think I got the long box arms.
Now, is it all about is it all about legs where it's your thighs and or is it more a lot of upper body as well?
It's honestly both, because long boxes are awkward.
Yeah.
I much prefer them to short boxes, but they're still very awkward, especially if you have to move through a tight space. You sometimes have to turn sideways, and there's no good place to like hold it. Like if you hold it down low, your knees are bumping into it. If you hold it up high, you're like scrunched up and it doesn't feel good. So it's long boxes are tough and awkward. It definitely takes a lot of different muscles. We can get in. We gotta hire a kinesiologist. Maybe this is in our 2024 budget. And
my girlfriend would be able to. She'd be able to help out with that. So we'll talk to Alicia about that. Moving on. I like this question from Josh. What are you hoping Santa brings you for Christmas?
Personally, I am looking forward for just time to relax.
Yeah.
I have a full-time job, and I also do comics full-time. Like y'all see how many reels I post every week, canon every Sunday, claim sales, shipping, picking up collections, pricing new stuff. I probably do comics 30 to 40 hours every single week. Some weeks, especially when I have cons on the weekend, I do more than 40 hours of comics on top of my full-time job. So I'm looking for some time off. I'm looking for, a couple days here and there where no comics, no regular day job stuff. And just a little R&R.
That's a good thing to ask for. I don't know if Santa can bring that to you, but you can make that happen for yourself. And you do need it. You need the palate cleanser in terms of like the mental refresher. So I'm hoping you get that, but that's not what I want for Christmas. What I would like for Christmas is just something really expensive and something that speaks to how fake, how like I'm just all about the things I collect, the things that I have. Maybe even something useless, but something I could just show off and be like, yo, I got
You
it like
got this.
this. You know what I mean? Like
Like
maybe like
signed picture shot, signed headshot of Tony Danza, maybe.
sure. Or what about like a really expensive fanny pack, right? What
Okay.
is Gucci expensive? I don't know.
What's that? Off-White, I think, is like the like real popular company. The
I
Gen
hate
Z
fanny packs,
kids.
but I'll wear that thing to show
Yeah.
people how important I am.
Get an Off-White one. There you go.
But this is what happens when I ask for these things. What's going to happen is I'm going to have a wicked dream where 3 ghosts find me and be like, Christmas isn't about material things. Christmas is about spreading joy and love. And then when I wake up on Christmas, I'm going to be running around the streets being like, hey, Mr. Parker. Hey, Mr. Stevenson. You know, things like that. It's great to be alive. It's going to change my perspective on things. So I'm going off on a tangent. Let's just move on right here.
This reminds me of something.
Yeah, it's an old movie you may have seen before.
Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's we're on the same page. Ask Joe, best superhero movie or series of 2023.
Oh, this is a tough one. 2023 has not been the greatest year. I got to think back.
Man, dude, this is really tough.
This is tough, especially, and I'll say this: I'm pretty sure the actual correct answer is either The Boys season 3, Invincible season 2, or Gen V, which is the
I haven't
Boys
seen any of
spinoff.
those yet.
I haven't seen. That's what I was gonna say. I have not seen any of those yet. Dang. 2023. That's not a good sign when I can't come up.
Yeah, I'm having trouble myself too.
Oh, like, Loki season 2.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nailed it right there, Josh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's it right there. It's definitely Loki.
Oh, Josh said it. Josh said it literally as I thought of it.
Yeah, it's 100%. That was so damn good. So yeah, have to agree with that. Although I haven't seen all of Gen V. I've seen 2 episodes. It's good so far. But Josh, definitely 100%.
Let's just know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna say carryover from 2022. Matt Reeves is the Batman. There we go. That's my answer. Don't argue.
Scruffy is a good question. Ask Joe, do you see AI being used in comics, particularly the big 3 companies? Very good question.
Man, I hope not. Comic books, it's an artistry. Like whether it's the physical art that we view, the stories that are told, the words put to paper. I don't want that to be created by AI. And no, there have been some AI created covers. Some of them were not advertised as AI and people got upset about them and stuff like that, rightfully so. I hope not, because when AI is creating art, it's not, first of all, it's not really art. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. It's not. There is a human aspect to art that AI cannot utilize. Now, AI, very important. It's going to do so many things in the world. It adds a little bit of comedy to our show here, and I don't think we use it in a negative way, but it definitely can be used in a negative way. And replacing artistic jobs with AI is something I'm against.
I'm pretty much against it as well. If it consumes the actual project, if it takes, that's all it, like, again, we use it for comedy here on the show. We use AI. We give a bit of direction and see what AI pumps out. And that's the humor in the whole thing, is that AI doesn't quite have an understanding of being a human, right? No. And that's what's fun. You'll hear Chet, even subtle things, him, saying amazing wrong, like amazing. It's a maz, like just those little things. They entertain me and Joe. Hopefully they entertain you. In terms of like creating completely, it could be used. I will say it could be used to help brainstorm, right? It could be used in that capacity, but if it's writing scripts for artists, if it's creating imagery for artists as well, I think there's no place for that. but the technology is going to get better and better. It does every day, and it's something we need to watch for. Did you guys all know that Secret Invasion, the actual opening of Secret Invasion, was all created through AI? So
Yeah, I hated that.
it looked like shit, but also just
terrible.
wasn't too into that idea. So
Yeah.
it's a fine line. It's something we're all going to need to get used to, because AI, it can be something that's amazing for people. Again, getting out of our rut, or thinking through some things, or finding how to do certain things. But if it's doing the work for you completely in a situation like this, I don't know. No. All right. Keep those questions coming in. Next one right here. I'm not sure if I understand this, but a non-comic book question. Is it wrong to help someone with a video game that you've played before if they genuinely don't know what they're supposed to do?
Oh, we got like a little philosophical question here. I mean, if they want the help, but if they don't, some people like figuring out, like, one of the things about video games, and I'm not a big video gamer, but I was as a kid. One of the things I really like was just learning all the new things in a game, whether it be from just trial and error, or discovering a new thing that you can do, or a new place on the map, or whatever. Some people really like that aspect. So, maybe helping them out is not something that they like. So I would say it really depends on the person. I think there's nothing wrong with trying to help out, but if someone's not interested, then don't back off.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts if they're like, "Hey, please just help me. I don't care either way." I don't think it's wrong to do that at all. You can be like, "Look, give it another week. If you still can't get past this part, sure, I'll help you." But again, I wouldn't rack your brain or think too hard about it, that you're ruining somebody's life because they can't get through a certain part, for sure.
Right.
I do like this question right here from D&T. Best indie book of 2023.
The TMNT Usagi Yojimbo crossover.
Oh, that was awesome.
Stan Sakai, always good. That's the first thing that came to mind. I mean, Saga restarted in 2023, or that might have been late 2022 that it restarted. I forget. But either way, Saga is always good. But yeah, we'll go with the TMNT Yojimbo.
I'm not sure if I can say this, and you're gonna make fun of me because I don't really know if it's indie, but
is it? Oh, Void Rivals.
Void Rivals.
Yeah,
which worked its way into Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah, Images. I call it the big three now. It's no longer Marvel. It's just no longer Marvel and DC. It's Marvel, DC, Image, and then everyone else. That's my opinion. Yes, Jeff.
8 Billion Genies was wonderful as well.
Oh,
that's Image too?
That had to be 2022.
Was it? I can't. I don't know. Yeah, it probably was.
We're gonna Google.com it.
All right, that's fine. But there's a lot of great books out there to read, people. And to be honest, they're better than Marvel and DC, in my opinion.
Yeah, 2022.
Okay, that's fair. So Void Rivals was definitely
May of 2022. Yeah. That was a year and a half ago.
God. Oh my God. Yeah, my brain is all over the place. Anyways, I think we're gonna need to wrap this up, Joe.
I believe we are. We are.
No more questions.
To wrap this segment up.
Unless any of you have any more questions for Ask Joe. But if not,
I didn't see anything else. I think we're good.
All right. We're just gonna have to, last Sunday of the year, guys. Last Sunday canon of the year. YouTube's most popular live show. Does it make it more? Is it more? Does it come off as more emphatic when I'm like this to the mic?
It can, if you want it to.
Yeah, I guess my voice changes just a little bit, doesn't it?
We can go NPR right here.
Yeah, we're definitely doing NPR right here. Okay. Snap! There's a good question right here that y'all are just gonna have to wait for.
Oh, the flea market find. The best flea market find that I've ever flea market found is right here, and I'm going to be showing it off during Fresh from the Comic Shop.
I just wanted to do some things here. Let me see. Same thing. Yeah. I do believe that's a modern, though.
This is the bag and board is a Silver Age bag and board.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean the book is Silver Age. I use Silver Age bag and boards on everything Silver Age forward.
Okay, fair. All right, moving on. We'll get to that in a hot second, Exodus, for sure. Here we go. That there ends the segment called Ask Joe. Yo, that was outstanding. It would have been better if it faded out, though. A little fade out. There you go.
Next time.
All right.
I'll try my best.
Moving on to our last segment of the show. The last segment of the show. It's one y'all know and love, and I can never remember the name. Joe, can you help me out?
I believe.
I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. He's a horrible person. Wow.
He's in jail. I believe this segment is one that is known by the mass public, hailed across the great nations, sung from mountaintops down to the valleys, across seas and rivers. Fresh from the comic shop.
Fly from the pressing salon. We ask you all fine people to send us in your fresh gets, and you never disappoint each and every week. That's right. You send in your fresh gets. We show them on the show. But not only that, you can win a monthly prize just by submitting. Michael Buffer. Did that sound a little bit like Michael Buffer?
You tried your best.
Okay. By just submitting a fresh get of the week, you can submit also into Fresh from the Comic Shop, sponsored by EGS Comics and Spider Dude Comics. You get the slab from EGS, you get the book from Spider Dude, and again, look at this wonderful. Yo, guys, I'm still getting over the COVID, so I got the cough every once in a while. But look at this wonderful, wonderful December book right here. It is Batman the Adventure Continues season 3, number 4. It's just such a cool cover. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at that custom label by EGS. You got the bat symbol up top there. You got the 9.8 in black. You got the dark blue matching the dark blue on the Batman itself. Those are custom labels, people. And with EGS, again, Joe and I, no bullshit. We'll call out a product if it is bullshit. Tony at EGS does a wonderful job with these slabs. Proprietary cases specifically for EGS. They feel good in the hand. In my opinion, they feel better than CGC and CBCS. But you all figure that out for yourself. But use the code Canon5 to save 5% off your EGS order. You get the optional custom labels as we just showed you. The fast or the free greater notes and fast turnaround times. EGS grading, EGScomicsgrading.com. The link is down below. It is worth it to check out. The link is down below also for Spider Dude Comics. Please check them out. Again, we give away a monthly book that is not going to stop in 2024. On top of the monthly book, Joe, what else do we give away?
Oh, man. We're doing something for the first time here for 2023 to wrap up the year. We announced this months ago as just an added bonus, a little incentive to be submitting, because all 12 winners from 2023 for each month are going to go head to head in a competition to win the 2023 year prize. The best of the best of the best, fresh from the comic shop submission of 2023. And it's going to be something pretty freaking cool.
We're calling it the Fresh from the Comic Shop tournament. You all are going to vote on it. We are going to have, again, it's going to be 2 brackets. It's going to be just like March Madness. It's going to be so much fun. We will announce what book that is, hopefully by the next week's show, not next week's, but the following week's show. Again, super exciting. But again, there's 3 criteria that we use to determine who moves on to the semifinals that you all vote on, to move people to the finals that you all vote on. 3 criteria, Joseph. 3 criteria. Take a well-composed shot. Give us something out of the box that relates to the comic book. Person who does this really well, goodness gracious, is Raising Elm Comics, always having something associated with the book in the picture. Also, make sure we have some great lighting. Make sure you have some great aesthetics. Do not take a picture of this book in your damn bathtub that you haven't cleaned for 3 years.
Unless it's an Aquaman book, then you can.
That's cool. Actually, that could be cool. You could put some coral in there. Just some ideas, okay? Just throwing out some ideas. So again, well composed shot. Make it look great. Have it relate to the book, everything around it and its settings. Joseph, our second piece of criteria we look for. What is
the second piece of criteria? We ask that you give us something unique. Now, unique, Jeff, does it mean that it's $30,000?
No, it definitely does not mean it has to be $30,000.
Definitely does not mean it has to be $30,000. It could be an older book, maybe from a long, long time ago, a forgotten time, if you will, that just is not a very well-known book, not in the mainstream, something a little more underground. There's the ground and it's under the ground. It could also be something that has original art, something that makes it significant. In fact, I have a very unique book today that I found at a flea market that I'm going to be showing off. I'm very excited to show this book off in a little bit.
You are, because it's the best flea market find you've ever had.
Yeah, probably by a long shot.
Okay, well, let's not get off track because we have a third piece of criteria right here. We're going to find out what that book is, but we have a third piece right here.
Yeah,
that is pull at our heartstrings. Tell us what this book means to you. Have it again relate back to your past collecting days or some piece of history that it kind of represents. It could be something as simple as, your dad, when you were 8 years old, needed help putting up the Christmas lights. You hated doing that because it was so cold, and you were sitting there reading your Iron Man book, right? You wanted to see who Tony Stark was going to fight. Your dad made you go out, but you know what you did? You brought that Iron Man book outside with you, Joe. You brought that Iron Man book outside with you. Yeah. And you're reading it outside, and your dad's like, hold the ladder, Johnny, hold the ladder. So what'd you do? You put the book in the bag of nails that your dad was using to put the lights up on the house. And you're holding that ladder. And what happens? Sally from down the road says, hey, Johnny, what are you doing? You helping your dad put the lights up? And you're like, hey, Sally. Boom, your father falls right off that ladder and right into the bag of nails and smushes the comic book, the Iron Man comic book. But guess what? It's 30 years later. And you can afford that Iron Man book. You can afford it because you're a damn adult and you got it back. And your dad's okay, by the way. But that's a story that would pull at our heartstrings, right, Joe?
Oh my God.
I'm serious.
Yeah,
I don't find this funny.
That was your shining moment right there. I'm nominating you for an Oscar for that one.
Well, anyways, it's just it's something that came into my head. Did not really happen in real life, or could have. Please let us know if it did. But that book was destroyed. But anyways, pull at our heartstrings, and then
Look, what about your dad? He fell in a bag of nails.
It was only 12 feet, Joe, and there was snow on the ground too.
Onto a bag of nails.
But you know what? You married Sally. You married Sally.
You did.
So that's great.
Sally is actually my mother-in-law's name.
There you go. I don't know how that relates to what we're talking about. We're just gonna get into these fresh gets right here. Spider Dude, you just missed an epic rant. Not a rant.
We're on the delay, so Spider Dude might have caught the end of it.
All right, hopefully he did. Moving on. Why don't we just do this, shall we? We got Mike Hags, who was definitely in this chat. Also, Dan De La Torre. What is happening, hot stuff?
Wait, hold on a second. I love that you're trying to get into this, but you got to tell people what book they can win.
Oh, we already did that.
Did you do that? Oh, you did. You did. I forgot. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Spider Dude for providing this book and for EGS for grading and stuff with that awesome custom label. Thank y'all. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we're gonna get our. We're gonna be moving on to this. Oh shoot! You know what? We forgot this here. We got Goonish Lurker over Scruffy Comics with the Heavy Metal over the Meteor Man. Moving on to the finals right there. So we are setting up for the second semifinals in December. The winner tonight will be one of the final or semifinalists, and then next shows winner will be going head to head, and you know how it works from there. Let's just get into it. Can we do Mike Hags, please, or do I have to say anything else about anything?
Let's do Mike Hags.
All right, Mike Hags. Here we go. Mike Hags, look at this. This is thinking outside the box. This is relating to the character and the issue in the book and all of that good stuff. Last Days of Moon Knight, tagged by my homie Flash by Night Comics, Coco of Star Collects Comics, Banjo Zombie. That's a great name, by the way. Dr. Doom's Fan Club, and our host of this banging hashtag one collection down with Throw Your Sets Up Saturday. Me and Flash by Nights on the same page today. I'm not all the way done reading this yet, so no spoilers, but these Lee variants were calling my name. Moon Knight 28, 29, 30, Inyuk Lee, variant cover artist. So that is his fresh from the comic shop submission for this week. And I love what Mike's done again, thinking outside the box, taking this picture right here. You know who's on a streak?
Who?
Josh's Comics.
Oh, yeah.
He continues that streak with this Daredevil number 57. Daredevil reveals his identity to Karen Page. Something about early Daredevil keys just grabbed me. Perhaps one of the biggest reveals in comics. This week's Fresh from the Comic Shop is a good one, and a book I think every Daredevil collector should own. That's including you, Brandon, collector without fear. Joe, I don't know. This is a really kind of impactful statement he says right here. Perhaps one of the biggest reveals in comics. I don't know about that.
It's definitely a big one. I mean, it's a major character revealing to a really prominent supporting character who is a love interest at points and stuff like that. I'd say it's up there.
It's a big reveal. It's a big reveal. I don't know if it's the biggest reveal, but I'm having trouble thinking of another one. By the way, Feezer's Funny Books. Joe, what was your flea market find? Just got on here.
Ooh, it is coming. Don't worry. This is actually the segment that I'm going to be showing it off towards the end of this segment. So hang around for a little bit and you'll see it.
All right. Speaking of, let's see your first fresh scan of the week, which is not going to be that fine. By the way, everybody like and subscribe, please. We got a lot of fun stuff happening next year, including a brand new brand refresh. That's what you all are here for.
Brand, yeah.
New refreshes. All right, Joe, go.
So I mentioned earlier I bought a 50 long box collection this week, a big one, and it was quantity over quality this time. It wasn't like I didn't get 50 long boxes of silver and bronze age stuff. Was there some silver? Yeah. Was there a lot of bronze? Totally. Not a lot of major keys though. I did find one book. This is the best book I've found so far, and I'm about halfway done. I don't know,
all those 50 long boxes. So you 28 you said you went through today,
I'm
right?
20 I'm through 24 as of right before this show. Right before I ate dinner, I did 2 more boxes, and I'm at 24 out of 50. So I've got 26 more to do in the next couple days. This is the best book I found so far. You might not know this one. This is one that someone could just pass up, but this book in high grade sells between 150 and 200 bucks. This is Planet Comics #1 from 1988. Just a cool kind of like reboot of Planet Comics from Blackthorn Publishing, and very, very cool Dave Stevens cover. Dave Stevens of Rocketeer fame, a very popular comic book artist, mostly known for Rocketeer and these amazing like Good Girl cover art pieces that he did in his pretty short career from like the late 90s into the late 80s into the 90s. But again, this book, like I said, sells for about $150 to $200 in high grade, which this one is. And yeah, found it in that collection. Best book so far.
That could also be a unique book. You don't see many of those, correct?
Yeah, totally. It's it's an indie publisher from the late 80s, Copper Age indie. There was a lot of Copper Age indie. And a lot of it just gets lost in the shuffle, other than like, the big names, Mirage and Caliber with the Crow and stuff like that. Blackthorn, I've seen Blackthorn books, but I can't really name another Blackthorn title. It's like a popular one. That book is probably the most sought after Blackthorn book there is.
Right there, that issue.
I believe so. I can't think of another one. I know they put out a ton, and usually when I see Blackthorn, I'm just like, oh, well, put that aside.
Right. That's a great find then, for sure. I do want to say hello to Raising Elm. I hope he's not serious about this because
Boo.
Cowboys got destroyed. Anyways, moving on. Who do we have? Dr. Plagueis. Nothing takes me back to a more content time in my childhood and life than when I discovered the expanded Star Wars universe in comics and novels, and a character that has intrigued me for more than any other for nearly 30 years. I recently picked up another copy of this book from Dude Without Fear Comics, a friend and fellow Dark Horse Star Wars fan. Seeing Thrawn in live action this year was a definite highlight, and that's true, actually. Ahsoka was good too. Was a definite highlight, and in early 2024, we will get another Thrawn comic series written by none other than the man, the creator, Timothy Zahn. 90s me is off the absolute rails. Ahsoka was good too, going back to the series from 2023. I really did enjoy that. All right, my turn. My first fresh get of the week. I know D&T was saying Transformers. I haven't read this one yet, but Transformers number 3. Just pick this sucker up right here. Cannot wait to read it because the series has been really good.
Those covers, I feel like every one of those covers is great.
Yeah,
Who's
I'll tell you what, though. All of these reprints, complete overkill. It's getting crazy now with Void Rivals, Transformers. I don't pick them all up. I'm not going to. But how cool is this cover?
Who does the cover art on that?
The artist of the book, which is and the writer too, Daniel Warren Johnson. Daniel Warren Johnson is the writer and artist.
John Daniel Warrenson.
Something like that. You get names wrong left and right today, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. Yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah. Anyways, it's going against what your contract says too.
Oh, yikes!
Getting into kind of ugly territory here, but moving on. This is wonderful territory right here. We got the T-shoe. Sorry. From Barbarian Princess to She-Devil with a Sword. Sonya has always been a warrior. Happy to add this fabulous first issue to my collection this past week. I love the ensemble here with the Conans, and he's got the Conan figure there. And I don't know what is the Warriors. He's got the Warriors on the left, bottom left right there. So that is fun stuff right there. That's again, just adding more to this picture other than that book that you have. So we appreciate those things.
Very cool display. I like it.
Absolutely. Next up, good friend of the show, Nori Jordan. True or false? They're going to be Thunderbolt books.
I'm going to go true.
Okay, that is incorrect. I have been patiently waiting the arrival of a big book, but it's no shock that mail is a bit unpredictable right now. Luckily, I was still able to pick up a few great books. I found some nice Daredevil books with beautiful electric covers and a Captain America 354 for only $5. Another great find was a new mint Strange Academy #1 that cost me $40. Take care, everyone. That's not a bad. I mean, those Strange Academies they were going for some over $100 raw.
Yeah, they still are.
$40 is pretty good.
It's a great run, bunch of first appearances.
Yeah.
Scotty Young is a pretty well enjoyed artist and writer. I think his writings.
He wrote on this book, and you got Humberto Ramos, who is the artist on it. So
yeah,
it's a great series. It really is. Joseph, your second fresh get of the week, please.
Ooh, second fresh get of the week. So this is actually, we got a little trifecta here. We got 3 books, all from the same run. This run I'm working on completing. This actually pushes me over halfway done, the complete run. 2 of these are new that I did not have, and one of them is a condition upgrade rather. We got some Chamber of Chills, pre-code horror. 1950s from what was Chamber of Chills? Harvey Comics, I believe. Chamber of Chills this is number 11. And then we'll show this one next. Number 12. Look at that cover.
Look at these creepy ass covers. It's great.
And this is the upgrade. I already have a copy of this. It's listed as number 23. It's actually issue number 3. They took over the numbering from a different run, starting at 21. and then I believe it was after issue 25 they renumbered it as 6 instead of 26, and then they went up higher, and there is also a different 23. So you got to be careful with this run.
Weird.
This is
Okay.
23, really number 3. But the way to tell is this is the 23 from 1951 rather than the 23 from 1954. So, like I said, 3 Chamber of Chills books. I got a great deal, little bundle deal from a vendor, and ended up bundling these together with a bunch of Silver Age stuff and a couple other Golden Age books. But these 3 keepers for my personal collection were the 3 that I am most excited about.
Yeah, that middle. Can we see that second issue? The cover again. I love this.
This one,
This one. Yeah, that one's
the
so
goopy
cool.
guy. It almost looks like a Garbage Pail Kid.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this is my Grail run as pre-code horror. If I could complete any run, Chamber of Chills would be the run. Most notably, issue 19 is like one of the best pre-code horror covers of all time. Look it up if you don't know what that is. It's the woman with the it's a woman in the background, and there's like a skeletal hand holding a glass. And if you look through the glass, she's a skull as well. But if you look around the glass, it's this beautiful blonde woman, and it's such a good cover.
Very cool. I do love that. Yeah, Garbage Pails hit it on the nail on the head right there. All right, moving on. We have, again, guys, we use this person as an example for taking a picture and just giving us a well-composed shot, getting creative and having fun with it. Raising Elm Comics, aka Justin.
Love it.
Howdy, comic fam, and Merry Christmas to you all. I couldn't let this year end without sharing with y'all yet another awesome pickup for Elijah's PC. I managed to find a super high-grade copy of Marvel Comics Super Special Issue 16 for only $75. Woo. This is the comic book magazine that adapted the story from The Empire Strikes Back. This issue marks the first official appearance of some of our favorite characters like Yoda, Boba Fett, and Lando, which predates their first comic book appearances in the Star Wars Volume 1 Marvel run by at least 6 months. I don't normally collect magazines for our son or myself, but come on. This is Star Wars we're talking about. If you're traveling to see family this holiday season, please watch the roads and stay safe. And don't forget to leave out the blue milk and cookies for that scruffy-looking reindeer herder.
Oh, my
Santa
God.
Claus!
Oh, my God. Oh my God.
He does it. And by the way, guys, you could just, again, he's won already. He's won. So he could just sit back and wait for the yearly awards to come. Everything resets next year. So he doesn't need to be putting all of this out here. But every week, Justin does that. And we love to see it and use him as an example. All right.
I'll tell you this. Just for the blue milk and scruffy looking reindeer herder, just for those two, the Star Wars tie-in with Christmas, that's enough to get my vote right there if he was eligible.
He's not eligible, but he always is putting out some great stuff. So again, Justin, keep up the great work. You always keep us entertained each and every week. Speaking of keeping you entertained, it's my turn. So we're gonna go, Joe. My second fresh get of the week, guys. Okay, this was an absolute pleasure. An absolute pleasure. I remember this happening back in the 80s. You know what I'm going to say when I say this? DC asked for you to call in to determine the fate of Robin.
Yeah.
And we all know what happened. Everybody wanted him to die. I wasn't allowed to vote because my parents, I would have gotten in big trouble. Even though now that I think about it, there was no way that they would know what the hell what that charge would have been. I don't know. What is it, $2? No way they would have known. But this is Death in the Family, the alternative version if he would have lived. Now I got the blank cover because it was the best condition of this book. Everything else was not that great. I love my local comic shop, by the way. Oh yeah, but they were sold out. I read this. It brought back so many memories, and also, I mean, because probably 3/4 of the story was how it happened, other than Robin living. But it really, I don't know, Joe. I know this isn't like your era right here, but this was my era of Batman with Jim Aparo, as the artist. Like that, Jim Aparo art for Batman was what brought me into reading the books. Obviously, I loved Batman as a kid, watching cartoons and things like that, but this really brought me back, and it was really cool to see how Robin would have survived, Jason Todd specifically. And I totally forgot how like the Joker became the ambassador of Iran or something like that. It was just so, it just brought back a lot of cool memories. So I'm really happy I picked this up and read it. I read it immediately.
I picked it up. I didn't have that on my pull list, so I made sure to be in the store that day just in case, because I thought they, not that they wouldn't be able to get them in, but like I thought they were going to sell out the initial batch they had. And honestly, there were only a few left when I got there. So
I think they're going for it's going back for reprint. I was going to get
I'm sure it will.
I didn't feel like spending $8 for the foil version. I didn't want it. Like I didn't.
No, I just want to read it.
Exactly. So, and I'm really glad I did. Again, Jim Aparo art really brought me back. Very nostalgic. Haven't felt that way in a while. It was a close vote, but and I do believe that there's a rumor out there that people cheated for Robin to die. So I'm not sure. Get Chet drawn on the cover. Wow, that's not a bad idea. Are
you saying there was some sort of collusion?
There could have been, yes.
No, I'm gonna call Dominion comic voting.
Yeah, they're a little busy right now with a certain lawsuit. Anyways, moving on. We got Nukes, good old Nukes comics right here. I love this cover, by the way. Fresh from the comic shop, The Amazing Spider-Man 53 LR. This part 4 of the Fallen Order side storyline. The Sun Eater sets a trap for the Order of the Web as they attempt to save Peter's soul. Gritty cover art by Ferreira and Curiel. Weird story by Spencer and Rosenberg. I picked this up from Titan Comics. That is all. By the way, yeah, it's not everybody's favorite run, the Spider-Man run, but it's a cool cover. Cool cover. By the way, nobody has to apologize for coming in late, but we're happy you're here. Please like and subscribe. We'd appreciate that. Also, Josh did hear some guy called in like 1,000 times. That's a lot of money, by the way. I think it was like $2 to call.
That's a lot of time that you're spending to do something that I guess if you're like, you know what? Fuck that Jason Todd guy.
I mean, people did despise Jason Todd for good reason. He was a little shit. But
he's so much better as Red Hood.
Did not deserve to die. Anyways, moving on. Smartmatic and Dominion are ordering you gentlemen to cease and desist. That's funny. All right, Joseph, is it time? Or we have one more audience submission.
Show the audience. Let me be last.
Because I have an outside the box third fresh get of the week as well. But yours is going to be epic. So I'll show mine first.
Okay.
There's no way that mine's going to live up to yours.
Show yours, show the audience. I'll show mine.
Oh, okay, I'll show mine then. Sure, Here we go. As you all know, my favorite DC character is Green Lantern. And I don't know, I've been kind of like perusing for kind of Silver Age, Golden Age, or Silver Age Green Lantern books. I was just like, I got it. I saw this for $10 at my comic shop. I'm like, I just got to get it. It's also the third appearance of Sapphire.
Oh, I love that cover.
Right? She wants to marry him. So she's going to, anyway. So this is Green Lantern number 26, third appearance of Sapphire. And she's going to force him to force Green Lantern to marry. I perused through some of these pages. It's definitely more involved to read. It's not one of those things you could breeze through. But I really love the idea of getting some of these books, maybe hang up on the wall for the new studio that we're going to be opening up, the Cannon Cave here, right?
Ooh.
But yeah, this is a nice new addition right here. All right, so Joseph, we're going to go to our last audience member submission, and again, this gentleman brings the heat each and every week. Not heat by it being hot, but heat by it being unique. And we're not talking about the guy that had made his dad fall off the ladder into the bag of nails and on his Iron Man book. Wasn't a true story. That was off the top of my head. I love doing that, by the way. Maybe we'll break that out and have it be its own thing. Mark Leneker. There we go. A double dose of Bugs Bunny Christmas funnies from 1950. The 25-cent American version clocking in at 128 pages and the rare 15-cent 64-page Canadian version. This is the only Canadian edition of Adele Giant that had a lower price than the US version, albeit with a 50% less content. Cover likely by Tony Strobel, who had previously worked as a Disney animator on Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Bambi. That's pretty cool. Later working many years at Western Publishing. Happy holidays, everybody. Okay. I like what he's done here too. If you notice the old Christmas decorations around, or the Christmassy vibe surrounding the submission as well, Joe.
That was very cool, because not only was that a pretty unique golden age book, but there was a lot of history behind it, and the fact that he's got the American version and the Canadian version, and the Canadian version has a lower price. I've never seen that. Now he said it's a smaller book. It's not as many pages. Size. So that's why I guess they cut some content out, maybe content that was American specific, or I don't know. I don't know why they cut the content. Maybe it didn't translate well to the Canadian audience. I'm not sure, but very cool, very little something very unique.
There we go. It's right there, Joe. You said it. It's unique. And also, not is it only unique, but Mark also brings a lot of good information behind each of his submissions too. So I really love what he brings to Fresh from the Comic Shop mostly every week. So and speaking of loving what people bring to Fresh from the Comic Shop, Joe, it's time. Let me hype it up. As stated before in Joe's stories on the Instagrams, as stated before earlier in the show, Comic Book Canon episode 166. That's right. We're talking about the most fantastic flea market find of all time. Joe, please take it away.
I don't know about of all time, but certainly my best flea market find of all time. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about this book. I look for this all the time. I'm always on the hunt for this book. Constantly on the hunt for this book. Painfully on the hunt for this book. And I finally found one. This is Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man #1. Now, you're probably all saying, wait a second, that book sold millions and millions of copies. There's 10 in every collection from the 90s. Something's unique about this. I'm going to be very careful with it, because this is a nice high-grade copy, and
it's made out of actual silver, huh?
It's made of no. It's not the platinum edition. A couple people asked about that, if it was the platinum when I showed them. From the outside, looks perfectly normal. You turn one page past the centerfold, and there's a very interesting page here that has the lizard with the loss of color. You can see lizard on this page, green. Lizard on this page, copper. Now, there are two versions of this printing error. There's one where the yellow ink ran out, and that's a blue lizard, the blue lizard variant, worth a couple $100 for the blue lizard variant. This one is even more rare. This is when the blue ink ran out, and the lizard is yellow on this page. There are, according to people in the know, there are documented, known to exist, like about 15 copies of this book.
What?
It is super rare. It sells. Sales are like impossible to target. I know of verified for real sales over $1,000 for this.
Wow.
I also know that there was an unverified sale of I believe a 9.8. I forget if it was graded or not. There was a unverified sale for $15,000. Now, I don't think that one's real, and I'm not gonna say that one is real by any means. But once again, check out the difference in that green versus that copper color there.
Yo, that
So
is
cool. Look on Key Collector. If you need more information on this, there's a little bit of information there on Key Collector. I'm always looking for the blue variant. I'm always pulling it out, seeing if the blue ones, because there's hundreds of the blue variant out there. Like it's rare, it's scarce, but
Yeah.
there's I know someone who got like 3 or 4 recently in a collection. That one is tough though, but I've never found the blue one ever, and I've probably owned 200 copies of this book, maybe more.
dude. That
That
okay.
is
That,
it.
very cool. Definitely falls under the unique category, like the criteria we look for. That's a very good example of that. Do you want to respond to Goonish Lurker here? Do we do Frost Behemoth's submission? Did not see a submission from Frost Behemoth. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, but if it's after 5 o'clock, we usually don't take any other submissions. So
That's interesting because we missed Frost Behemoth last week too. I had to hold it up on the show.
where's my duh, my phone's right there, so I can't. I'm using my phone as the camera now. Anyways, so yeah, I maybe next time or just tag us again. But we have a decision to make right now. We do.
Yeah. Oh, we had to pick a winner. Yeah.
What did Pope say?
Pope said it is that the book we were leaving out in the sun all week. Yeah.
That's very good. Joe, we have some great submissions again here this week. We got Raising Elm. Not eligible, Joe.
Not eligible, but
We got Job.
very good submission.
Not eligible.
Not
Okay.
eligible.
I don't think Dr. Plagueis is eligible either.
I don't remember. That's a good one, but one does strike me more than that one.
Me too. Me too. I have a definitive winner this week.
Ooh. All
Like,
right. Who's your definitive winner?
Just gonna say it.
Yep.
Yo, this could be our quickest deliberation ever. Is deliberation the correct word?
There. I think we both had in mind this
Yeah.
being the definitive winner. Honestly, I like this one so much for so many reasons. Cool book. The fact that the uniqueness of the Canadian price variant.
Yeah.
The little Christmas dress up around the edges and stuff like that. The presentation of the 2 books next to each other. And yeah, obviously, anytime a book has to do with the holidays, it's gonna tug on some heartstrings. We've all
Definitely.
had the holidays over the years.
The history, the juicy information. It's not really juicy, let's be honest, but it's very interesting. It's very interesting, the information. Oh, by the way, I was right. That's a modern book.
Actually, a Copper Age book, 1990.
Modern. It was modern at one point, right? Mark Leneker, congratulations. You are moving on to the semifinals, the second semifinals of December. You'll be going up against the semifinalist of our next episode, which is Thursday, the 28th. That's right. The last Canon show of 2023. We will be going through a fresh new rebrand in 2024. A lot of exciting things happening here at the Canon. So again, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Mark Leneker, thank you for submitting as you always do. And congratulations on moving on to the semifinals. Congratulations to Goonish Lurker. I hope you're still here, but you are moving on to the finals. That's right. I don't know if you saw this or not, but we'll repeat it. You were won over on Scruffy, which had an excellent submission right here with Meteor Man as well. But Goonish won the voting, and we'll be moving on to the finals. Joe, this has been a great last Sunday episode of 2023.
Dude, absolutely. It's been a day, dude. I forgot to mention this before. I had no plans on going to the flea market today. It was a little drizzly this morning, a little cold.
Yeah.
I went with Paul Bond to go buy a collection.
Paul
Bond. I went to go buy a collection with him this morning, and we didn't get the collection. The guy wanted to field some other offers. We made an offer. We might end up getting the collection, but we're fielding some other offers, or he's fielding some other offers rather. And afterwards, I was a little bit bummed. I was like, man, I drove all the way up here because it was an hour from my house. And he was like, well, you want to hit up the flea market? It's only like 10 minutes from here. And I was like, yeah, sure. Let's do it. and I just happened to find a absolute grail of a misprint book, and
Yeah,
yeah,
you did. That was a very unique book. Probably one of the most unique books we've had on the show. But you are not eligible.
I'm not eligible. No.
No, but again, well done. Job well done. You've had a crazy weekend. Actually, crazy week with all the collections you've gotten. I've had a crazy week as well, being secluded from civilization because of the COVID. But I'm all healthy now. I'm going to go back to the gym tomorrow, Joe, in case you were wondering. I'll see you there.
I was wondering. Pixar didn't happen.
Pixar. Quick question: can we resubmit a fresh from the comic shop if something's changed?
Sure. Like if you like got it graded and you're.
I mean, sure, that's kind of a new submission in a way if it's graded, but it's
we'll
not really
allow it.
fresh from the comic shop if you're resubmitting it in a following episode,
Fresh
right?
from the grading company.
That counts. That'll count. That counts. But yeah, we want to say again, Merry Christmas to everybody. I had a wonderful Hanukkah. Thank you for asking, Joe. But I'm super excited for Christmas because my daughter celebrates the Christmas. She says she's Jewish and Christmas is what she used to say. So adorable. It's so adorable.
Jewish and Christmas.
Yeah. So yeah, I still haven't given her Hanukkah gifts, but she's going to be very happy with a lot of the Marvel stuff I got her. But man, again, the greatest gift is this audience right here, Joe. We say this every week. Y'all think we're full of shit, but we're not. We truly do appreciate you all. I know from my experiences dealing with a lot of life stuff, anxiety, depression, and life stuff. This has been kind of a safe haven, and really exciting things coming up next year. We're going to blow the cannon up. It is already the most popular live YouTube show on the planet, and we're going to make it even better next year too.
Heck yeah. I'm ready for 2024.
All right, let's do it then. So with that, everybody, please be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Have a happy, safe, Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Have a great time off if you get that time off. We're always here for you if you need to talk. We will be back on Thursday, December 28th. Will be our last show of 2023. Again, we will see you then. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Have a great week and holiday and stuff. Peace.